Hello everyone. Now in today's lecture I am going to discuss what are the factors influencing retailing. I am Dr. Ajay Singh, Assistant Professor at ABS Engineering College under the aegis of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. So basically it is a part of sales and retailing management subject KMB MK01, and we have discussed in the last lecture about the importance of the retailing. In the current lecture we will discuss about what are the factors which are influencing the retail to come up in such a huge way, in such a, for example, very first is growth of middle class consumers. Now growth of middle class consumer is India is known for middle class consumers. They have income range around 4 to 8 lakh rupees annually. With the increasing middle class income, with the increasing income level of young generations, they are purchasing products for their personal and family needs. So these consumers, they are purchasing grocery products, they are purchasing clothing and apparel products, they are purchasing electronic goods for their requirement, for their needs, they are purchasing different kitchenwares, they are producing different even cars, even apparels, even watches, all those come into retail sector. All the daily needs, all the basic products, they are coming into the retail sector. Increasing in number of working women, yes, with the ladies coming up in the job, with the women coming up in the jobs, they have increased their income. Now it is resulting in consumerism. They are going to the market, they are purchasing their daily needs, they are purchasing their cosmetic needs, they are purchasing product for their household, they are purchasing products for their kids, they are purchasing products for their family, they are looking of all the household activities. They know what is their requirement, what is their family requirement, what kind of products is required. So it has resulted in retailing, and with this organized retailing, with this mall culture, with this retailers, with these stores coming up, this has increased. Value for money is what value proposition, what price you are giving to the to the product, and what kind of value you are getting derived from that. Means, are you getting the right value of the product for the price which you are paying? For example, you go to a you go to a store. Let us suppose you go to a Reliance Trends, where you purchase a shirt of their brand, that is their own brand, that is called private label brand or in-house brands. So what these big retailers are doing is basically they are coming with their own brands, in-house brands, and they are competing with the national brands. You go to the store, you have private label or store brand also, you have national brand also, you have international and premium brands also, and you are being charged, you are paying the price according to the brand, according to the quality. Now whether you are getting the right value, what kind of money, for example, the same shirt of Network and Netplay, which is a brand of Reliance Trend, they are offering shirts at 5 to 700 rupees, whereas the same shirt of Van Heusen is around 2000 rupees. So what kind of value you are getting, whether you are getting the same, because these in-house brands, they save lot of money in which is being used in advertising promotions, which are being used in exporting, importing. So due to which they are producing at the cost effective, they are producing goods at very cost effective, and they are selling to the consumers at a reasonable price, right. So they are even consumers are getting value for money, so they are purchasing these products because it is a big trusted product. The big domestic company, they are producing, and big retailers, they are producing, they have expertise in their domain, they have expertise in their areas, and they are giving a good value proposition to them. So similarly, you go to electronic goods, you purchase a laptop, assembled laptop, you purchase assembled desktop, and as compared to branded laptop, you get assembled laptop at a cheaper cost, because whereas on the functionality basis, you will get the same functions which a brand laptop is giving, but you have to pay a heavy price to the branded product as compared to assembled product. Assembled product laptop you will get around 18 to 20,000, and branded product you will get Lenovo or some other desktop you will get around 35 to 40,000. So, a lot of huge price difference is there, where the functionality part is same, the processor is same, the storage is same, the screen size is same, right. So, you are using the purpose of your usage, official purpose you are using, you are getting the value for the assembled product. So, that has given the consumer the choice, the value, what kind of value they are getting. Now, next is emerging rural market. Emerging rural market means even the rural people, even the people who are staying in underdeveloped districts, they are also purchasing products for the daily consumption through the organized sector, through the retail sector, for their daily needs. Earlier, as I already told in my last discussion, that how it has emerged, how retail sector has emerged from haats and melas to these malls, right. So, basically rural market people are in the rural market are also being are now educated, and they are aware about their needs, about the requirements, about the kind of products, about the offering of the different companies, and as per they are understanding the need, they are understanding the quality, they are understanding the brand, they wanted the right value proposition. So, this has made the rural market emerge, and which has resulted in a huge Indian market, retail market. Entry of corporate sector. Entry of corporate sector means big houses. For example, Reliance, they are coming into every retail sector, they are coming into telecom sector, they are coming into apparels, they are coming into food and groceries, they are coming into they are coming into this clothing and apparels, they are coming into electronic goods. So, all those similar is the case of Tata West Side, similar is the case of Shoppers Stop, similar is the case of Kishore Biyani. They have he was a retail king, and once upon a time, and he has made the retail a new he has given a new dimension in Indian country, and he has established the big bazaar, he has established different outlets, and which is being sold now by to the Reliance. So, big top players, Tata is coming up, Birla is coming up, Aditya Birla Group, they are coming into retail sectors, they are operating in every because they have understand the kind of market, the kind of consumerism increasing, the income level of the country are increasing, government is promoting retail sector, and they are contributing, retail sector is contributing to GDP. Entry of foreign retailers, Walmart, as I was telling you, in India Walmart has come up, they are into the they are capturing the retail market, they are the big players, they are global leaders, and in India they are getting the cheap manpower, cheap resources, and they are accordingly they are tapping the whole of the market. So, these foreign retailers, the big retailers outside the country, Carrefour is also planning, these are these retailers are coming in Indian market. Technological impact. Now, technology has changed, as I have already discussed in the last lecture, that technology is impacting retailing, because everyone is connected through internet, every consumer is having mobile phone, every consumer is having internet, every consumer are using debit card, credit card, payment mode, Google Pay, Paytm, different UPIs. So, basically it has made even they can simply log on through their mobiles or log on through the laptop, and they can purchase a product as per their requirement, even on a fingertip. Retailing is on their fingertip because of technology. Even the companies, they are investing lot of money on their websites, on their apps, mobile apps, so that they can better visualize better visualize their product to the customers, and product can get better product display options, and they can get the variety and the choices on the online mode, on the mobile and on the laptops, and they can easily purchase the products. Even the payment mode they have made the tie up with different banks, they have different payment mode through debit card, credit card, which has made easy payment, 24 into 7 hours services. They are connected through internet, they are connected to feedback, they are connected to Google reviews, people are giving their feedbacks, people are giving their reviews, and they are immediately understanding. Even a single mail can understand the company management, that what kind of product, what kind of customer satisfaction is for their particular products or services. Now, rise income level has increased, companies, people are increasing, people are spending a lot of money on their income, because once the people start earning, they start spending. And like western and developed countries, people earn a lot of money and they spend on retailing, they spend on their personal need, they spend on a lifestyle, people are spending on the lifestyle, people are buying branded products. In India, people are now brand conscious, they are knowing the brands, different price, they want the quality products, they are ready to pay higher prices for better services, for better products. So that is because the rising income of Indian country, people are, even with the help of technology, with the help of internet, people are connected to the world, and people can, even the retailers can get the customers across the borders, across the countries, and they can get the payment in different currencies also, right. So no doubt they are contributing to the gross domestic product of the nation, they are contributing the income of the nation. Media explosion is another important factor. Media, regular, and these research firms like Indian brand equity firms, retail organizations, they are continuously doing the surveys, they are continuously doing the researches. In the researches, what they are doing? In the researches, they are understanding consumer, understanding the retail market, what will the future market. Even before the launch of the product, people are aware. Pre-launch, now the concept of pre-launch promotion has come up. Before the launch of any product, before the launch of any good electronic product, any mobile phone or any laptop or any automobile cars, people are very well aware about the, about the products. For example, we can recently see the Kia has launched the new product Sonet, their own car, in SUV segment. Now people are so, people are crazy waiting for that product, and already media has exploded, already they have explored the features, they are trying to disclose the price of the price, and they are trying to disclose this, what kind of segment, what kind of product features, who are the competitors. So media is playing very role in the retail sector, they are promoting things, they are, they are the part of the strategy of corporates, people in the retail sector, and they are already making consumer, so much, creating awareness among the consumer, that consumer is ready to purchase before seeing the product, before the launch of the product. Rise of consumerism, people are spending, people are spending on their lifestyle, people are earning and they are spending more than 50% of the money. Earlier it was not like that, people who used to save the money, they used to deposit the money in the banks, and nowadays the people are spending on their, products, luxury products, people are spending in the home decorations, people are spending on their personal needs, on the vehicles, on the automobiles, on the watches, on the accessories, right. So the consumerism has impacted people, because they are being impacted by western countries, how western countries people earn and spend. So people, now the psychology of the people have changed. Earlier it was saving mode, they were used to save for the generations, but now they are spending on their personal needs, they are fulfilling their needs and requirements. So these are the few factors which are influencing retailing. Now the most important factors which we have already discussed in business environment and other subjects are PEST, that is political, economical, social, technological and legal factors, right. These are the factors which are influencing the retail management. When you talk about social factors, social is basically the society, the values, the ethics, the norms. For example, in India we have a social norms, social cultures, we have own our ethnics, we have own our dresses. You can go to different states, they have their own dressing pattern. You go to south, you will see different dressing pattern, you go to north, you will see different dressing pattern. So different costumes, different different fooding habits. So the society, the culture, the cultural values, all those part can come into the picture, in which the social factor comes into highlights. Now for example, people prefer, clothes, normally shirt and trousers, women prefer saris, whereas in western country they go for business suits. In India you have saris and suits. So saris and suits are being produced by the retailers as per the requirement of the customers. And again the fooding habits, most of the people in India are vegetarian, they go for they do not go for frozen foods. US and western countries, they go for frozen foods, where there is no culture of, in India we do not have the culture of frozen foods, we have the culture of fresh foods. we take a foods, fresh vegetables. So, that is the over a period of time how the society has developed, how what fooding habits they have developed, what norms and cultural values they have developed, right. According to that they are purchasing. But with the emerge of technological another technology, things have changed a little bit, but the cultural norms never change so rapidly. It takes years and generations to change the norms. Next is economical factor. India is growing economy. India is fastest developing economy, as I was already told you in the last presentation, that is emerging in the retail sector. Now, the people incomes are increasing, governments are promoting different FDIs, foreign direct investment in retail sectors. So, which is resulting in better economical growth of the country, and these retail sectors contributing to the GDP of the country. Next is technological factor. Technological factor is what are the changes in technology is occurring, how internet has evolved, how people are connected through technology, how they are using different kinds of different kinds of technological tools such as mobile applications, websites on which they visit, and how easily they are going to use the internet banking and payment modes, how easily they are getting the delivery, how the supply chain is being integrated with the help of technology. Even the stores, even the retailers, they can now monitor across the globe with the help of technology, with the help of their information system, with the help of their inventory management system, with the help of their tracking system. They can easily track things, right. And political environment is basically government policies or government norms, how governments are promoting these retail sector, which sector is, whichever the lacking sector is there, government look after that, and they form rules and regulation. That is legal factor. Legal factor is the regulations, rules which are being implemented by retail for promotion of the retail. What are the guidelines being proposed from government from time to time. So, these are different factors. Now, what are the factors affecting retail pricing? That is very important. Pricing, because price is something which India is very price sensitive market, and price plays a very crucial role for purchase of any product for consumer for their personal need. People want to spend the money, but as per their budget, as per their requirement, people as per the competitive pricing. The first point is the perishable nature of some product. Perishable nature is basically, for example, milk product, curd, or some products which perish, which get useless after waste after some time. So, their pricing is decided according to the perishable nature of the product, whether it will continue for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or whether it is valid for 1 day, 2 days. It depends upon the product to it varies from the product to product. So, the pricing is decided according to that. If it is perishable in nature, the products should be used within that limited time, and the price is fixed. Price is placed according to the nature of the perishability of the product. High fashion item is luxury products, watches, spectacles, these are rings, cosmetics. These are basically fashion products which can be charged premiums, because people invest lot of money on their lifestyles. People are very cautious about their looks, very cautious about their brand, very cautious about these products. So, high fashion products are generally considered to be high product, and for the upper segment or for the higher income people. So, their prices are accordingly high. Competitive nature of the industry. Now, competitive nature of the industry means different competitors. There are n number of players in every sector. For example, you go to clothing, you have number of players, top players, for example, Raymond's, for example, Van Heusen, for example, both national Aditya Birla Group, both national and international players are there, and international players are carrying their image from the over a period of time and from across the countries. So, they are more price product, they are more international brands, they are most popular brands, and national brands, they are little cheaper, but they are also providing a good quality products. So, a lot of competition is there. People who are middle class people, they may go for domestic product, but people who are very rich, who are having high disposable income, they go for branded product. So lot of variety options are there, lot of private players and are there, lot of domestic and international players are there in the retail market, and they are providing services and products according to the various variety of needs of the customers. Market volatility means demand and supply. Demand and supply means a consumer is demanding more and more. For example, earlier we used to use a mobile only once we purchase the mobile, we used it for 2, 3, 4 years. But now what is there? Every 6 months people are changing their mobile. The configurations are changing. The marketeer peoples are creating a demand. People are changing. People are buying clothes every month. People are spending a lot of money, because why? The demand is increasing. Companies are producing and companies are marketing the products in such a way that it is increasing the demand. Companies are pushing coming up with the push strategies. So market is becoming very dynamic. People are very dynamic. People change on. Now people don't earlier it used to that people used to repair the product. Now people don't repair, they exchange or replace the product, because the similar thing was happening 10 to 12 years before in Western countries. We used to say that they replace the product, but now Indian peoples are replacing the product because they don't believe in repair. Now they are replacing with increasing income, with their EMI options, with the different market with the different marketing strategies. People have pushed up. Sales people and marketing people have created the demand, created the need of the new products, and they are frequently changing the configurations, they are frequently changing the dimensions of the product, and according to that the need is changing. Fluctuation in international cost. Now everything is internationally linked, everything is linked with the with the stock market, everything is related with the international pricing, or with the currency dollar, US currency. As the currency movement is there, similar is the market price changes. Similarly, the cost changes, manufacturing cost changes, transportation cost changes. If there is a change in crude oil, market is being affected. If the pricing increases, then the overall pricing of retail products increases. So international, everything is being international. They are on the basis of currency, on the basis of transportation, crude oil, and on the basis of gold. If the gold price is fluctuating, the prices in the retail sectors are fluctuating. The need to stock sellable items, demanding items which are in high demands. These are these need to be stocked so that overpricing can be saved. People, intermediaries are involved. They are what they are doing, they are keeping the stock and they are buffering the stock to create the demand, and then they may be taking the advantage and they may be selling at a higher price end. But as a company, as an organization, as a retailer, you should maintain adequate stock in case of crisis, in case of energy, in case of emergency, or in case demand shoots up or demands immediately increases or decreases. Accordingly, you have to understand the market and understand the supply chain, and you have to provide to your customers. Problem of supply chain logistics. If the demand increases, the supply decreases, or supply may not be adequate, the production needs to be increased. So problem, if there is a demand, high demand and supply is less, or there is less in supply, then the price increases. It affects, because people take more margin, higher margins, people are selling on MRPs, whereas if the demand is less, people are giving discounts and offers. Seasonal demand, peak time, you see some products increases in summer. The price of air conditioners, the price of fridge, refrigerators, the price of fans, they increases because of seasonal demand. There is a peak demand in summers, whereas in case of winters this demand decreases. The demand of the air conditioner, the demand of refrigerators decreases, whereas the demand of heater and blowers increases, or those products which are required in winters increases. So it is a season, because country India is having different seasons, different weather conditions, different climatic conditions. It varies from region to region, geographical region, from hills to plains. So due to which the demand keeps on changing during the season. Influence of intermediaries. Now intermediaries are the people who are involved in distribution pattern. For example, wholesaler, dealers, they are basically involved. Now the greater the number of intermediaries, the more the price product will be. Now with the emergence of technology, with the emergence of online retailing, now the lesser intermediaries are involved, so people are getting lower and cheaper prices if they are directly purchasing from online or from their online stores or from their websites. So, influence of intermediaries have in retail, but in case of the retail, the influence is very high. In case of retail sector, intermediaries, a lot of intermediaries involved, because in case of channel sales, in case of FMCG products, in case of electronic products, the intermediaries are taking up the product, they are purchasing product as bulk quantity, and they are selling according to the need to the customers. So, intermediary role is very much there, and the larger the number of intermediary roles, the more complicated the distribution system will be, and the more pricing will be have to be paid by the customers. Now, factors in determining the type of location. Now, store location is very important, retail location is very important. The location depends on different types of factor. It depends upon the convenience, it depends on the size of the population, it depends upon the income level of the population, it depends upon the city kind of population in those areas, area wise also different. So, these are the factors which I am going to discuss. First of all is population factor. Population density, in metros you have greater population density, so larger number of stores are required. Within 1 kilometers or within 2 kilometers you may be having a store, whereas in the case of rural urban area you may not be requiring those number of stores, lesser number of stores are there. Next is social and cultural mix, what kind of society are, what kind of nature are, what kind of people are, what kind of cultural mix, what kind of religious they follow. Occupation level, whether they are service, whether they are business class, whether they are lower income group, higher income group, whether they are students, whether they are postdoctorate students. So, according to that occupation, research scholars, according to the occupation level also you decide the location, what kind of stores, where to put those locations, where to put those stores, so that the customers can easily be available to purchase the products. Literacy factor, education level is another important factor. How much educated people are, how much aware about their products are. Trading factor is the area, what are the conditions on which the companies are manufacturing the products and selling the products, who are the buyers, who are the sellers, what are the areas, what are the price. These are different trading factors which are being involved. Type of major stores existing, what are the stores, who are the competitors, which are the major stores available in those area. According to that you are going to manufacture the products. Type and kind of merchandising offered, what are the different kind of merchandising product you are giving. Type of stock, what kind of stock you are having. Availability of stock, stock maintenance is very important technique, very requirement, it is a requirement of any of the retail store. You have to keep the stock for emergency, you have to keep the buffer stock, you have to keep the inventory whenever required. Type of area is residential areas. Accessible factor, how easily it is located, what are the level of transportation, how your store is connected, is there any parking area or not, is there passage for the people walking, is there comfort, is there amenities such as water, washrooms, toilets easily available, travel distance, how much is the travel distance from metro or other places, what are the banking services available in ATM, what are the delivery and credit card and other retail services available. Social and amusement parks, right. So, social and amusement park is there, so that people can come up and they purchase it also, and and accordingly they use different services, and they go to those stores which have all those facilities, such as banking facilities, such as easily accessible, all types of stores are available. Now, factors influencing the retailer shop is range of merchandise and convenience of shopping. Range means what are the different varieties are available, how much different products are there, how can computer enter, how can customer enter, and how they can walk out. And convenience is easy availability on the right time and right place. How convenient is your store, how convenient you can purchase the product from there, how easy is the payment mode, right. For example, medicine, it should be available nearest to the stores, how much time it will take to travel to a doctor, or how much time it will take to the medical store. So, all this come into retail sector, what are the varieties, what are the range of merchandising you are using. So, these are the factors which are influencing the retail shoppers. So, that was in today's lecture. Thank you very much.